afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacaster. Me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, Psych Defender of the Fatherland, of here to a 1 vs 1 own Ladoga Karelia. Yeah, I know, again. But, I thought it was a pretty good match anyways. Plus, a bit shortage on good replays. So anyways, we're off here to fight versus these. It's TwistedTootsy fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, fighting here for the 1st Panzer Brigade. Versus in the west, it's Deimos fighting for the Soviet Union, Socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the 17th Guards Rifle Division. We got here German infantry versus urban defense infantry, or Panzer actually, so elite infantry, machine gun, and mine bullets here for Twisted versus Deimos with penal trooper, Molotov, and satchel charge bullets there, noting though he's going for a constant heavy build. Grenadiers on the way there for TwistedTootsy and the 1st Panzer Brigade. One of the few Panzer Brigades to actually fight on the Eastern Front. The funny thing about the Panzer Brigade is they're designed for fighting the Russians on the Eastern Front, the Soviets. But the vast majority of them actually used against the Western Allies. In most cases, performed quite poorly because they were not designed to fighting the Allies. They're designed to fight, again, the Soviets and sort of their style of attacks. They're basically meant to sort of counterattack and sort of break up Soviet assaults. So, a little fun fact there in terms of history. Got Grenadiers saying northwards there, more Grenadiers on the way there for TwistedTootsy, more conscripts on the way there for Deimos. In the south, pioneers M24 to move through the deep snow as the snow keeps falling. Sandbags up here. Interesting positioning, it's there. I guess it might be a bit protected against moving there, I guess, but it still seems a bit weird. We got sandbags up here to help defend. MD42 moving up here to support. In the north, Grenadiers versus Engineers here. Should be a win there for the Grenadiers. Simply do something better, firepower rule and longer range engagements. More Grenadiers made for TwistedTootsy in the north. Machine gun setting up here. Pulling away here, conscripts slowly moving up there. I think he's trying to bait the conscripts of the MD42. But obviously, Deimos takes it. Doesn't quite take it, but he now knows there's an MD42, and they're going to end up getting suppressed. In the end, the unit wasn't quite fully covered, and so got slow suppressed. Pioneers closing in, very good there. Here, conscripts flanking the Grenadiers, but the Grenadiers are kind of flanking the conscripts, falling back with the other squad rather than trying to fight onwards. There's more troops arrive here for Deimos and the Red Army, the 16th Guards Rifle Division. Pioneers saying northwards, MD4 going for the munitions point, noting the 2 points here sort of being left behind for now. More Grenadiers on the way there for TwistedTootsy and the Wehrmacht, the 1st Panzer Brigade. Trying to flank in on the conscripts, but we got conscripts from the north as well. Pit over there, full step as they move in there, charging close back with that Molotov, which you can't really feel like punish these conscripts that are bunched up. Plus, he's ironically with a barbed wire here, made it hard for us conscripts there to find any cover as well. So, bit of a tricky situation there for Deimos, and he's going to have to retreat here, I think, with his conscripts overall. TwistedTootsy endures the upper hand thanks to, just better engagement start off there, where Deimos has just been sort of awkwardly feeding his troops in, while again not having good position here against Twisted's Grenadiers. Though he seems to be slowly turning around, it's still looking, I think, pretty hazardous. There you go. That should help turn the tide favorably there in Deimos' favour, as, he's got now a lot more infantry than TwistedTootsy, of course. Through the south here, we got TwistedTootsy sweeping upwards, MD42 been sent backwards, there to grab territory there. Interesting. Alloy 1, the northern engagement has to counterattack here, but again, TwistedTootsy possesses several reasonable positions here to hold off Deimos, and at least extract a high price for any attempt at seizing the centre now. We got take up there for TwistedTootsy. MD42 moving up, but quickly flanked here by the Engineers. We've not been fully reinforced though, no take up yet there for Deimos either. We'll see if he goes. Well, he's likely going to go for the M42 45mm tank gun, which is actually going to get nerfed here a bit in terms of increase. Since it turns out they're easily spammable, and so players will just spam a bunch, usually just how to fire off frag rounds using to deal with light vehicles. Molotov here, so there we go, got that upgrade up, very good there. Usually a good upgrade to have as the Soviets versus the Wehrmacht, since again, they're really dependent on cover, just being able to flush them out faster is good. 250 half on the way here for TwistedTootsy. Which were usually what the Panzer Brigades had. Most of the infantry, at least in paper, were supposed to be like heavily half-tracked. Since the sense sort of tried to be built on the fire brigades, so using the Eastern Front to quickly plug up and stir up the Soviet assaults, the Panzer Brigades with us, and attempt to sort of formalise this as sort of more specific organisation. And those formations usually relied a lot on half-tracks, so little fun note there as well. Probably not 250 half-tracks, but again, probably whatever they could have gotten their hands on, which likely at times would involve 250 half-tracks. Rushing out here with the 250 half-track here with TwistedTootsy. And we go Molotov off against the Grenadiers, falls on the way. Very nice work there by Deimos, using the train here to at least deny the machine gun any supporting usage there. Grenadiers going to pop in, and well, could also be the Pioneers, but it's going to be the Grenadiers here. No veteran squad is up for TwistedTootsy or light machine guns. Deimos here can still go for the anti-tank, but until then he's going to be a bit exposed. He's got, I think, no anti-tank grenades, meaning he's got no way of really stopping the 250 half-track for just charging in there for the fatherland as it charges through the snow here. Comes about to get caught there, and before to into the counters here by the big chip on there. We do get anti-tank grenades up yet, managed to research that just in time, possibly simply due to know that TwistedTootsy has a propensity for light vehicle tactics. I mean, that's very much TwistedTootsy's thing. Particularly, infantry, sort of light mechanized infantry tactics. So, I mean, having an anti-tank grenade, of course, is going to be a really good move there. We've got the M42 anti-tank grenade out here for Deimos to likely help counter that, and of course, deal with what else TwistedTootsy has on the field after they're rolling backwards. Need to be careful here, though. I mean, another anti-tank grenade could be a bit problematic here for the half-track. Troops setting up. We got, there we go, veteran squad is up. That allows him to heal his troops as well for free. And you can actually get away with skipping the medic bunker as long as there's a sufficient number of grenadiers, since they can just sort of, for the most part, actually quite well do most of the healing you actually need. There you go, M40 turns down on the 250 half-track, survives the hit, though it's not going to survive anymore. Comes there, push back. Direct hit here on the 250 half-track, Grenadiers moving forwards, others being pushed back, 250 half-track heavily damaged, MD42 they need reinforcements. And the Grenadiers in the centre quickly taken out here. There we go, firing the fragmentation rounds. The Soviets were quite fond of those. I believe the Germans also used them for some of their smaller caliber weapons. As they're getting bombarded, as large fragmentation hits goes off there. And North Engineers using points here. 250 after about to receive repairs. We'll obviously if TwistedTootsy goes for any stormtroopers at any point. Would certainly be very fitting for TwistedTootsy. Back at base, still no further take up there for Deimos, though he has pretty much got an every upgrade. Of course, he's got the M42. Likely we'll be seeing another one, since again, usually want a couple of them just to lay down heavy fire against any target. And in particular, two anti-tank and firing fragmentation rounds can prove a bit uncomfortable for infantry. So TwistedTootsy there could go for this stormtrooper, decides not to right away, at least. Troops reinforcing. More veteran squad leaders handed out there. Going for the point here. Very good play there and aggressively by Deimos. M40 entertaining him as the Grenadiers up north. First shot misses, bit awkward. Second shot misses as well there. He needs a bit more to work with. There you go, constantly moving in. Second M42 out here for Deimos and the 16th Guards Rifle Division. Seizing the southern fuel point here. Oh, Grenadiers need to be careful actually, since they're standing still against the M42. And there you go, forced away. Closing in veterans in one on that one. 250 half-track strikes a few unsuspecting engineers. A long time he probably wants to stop some troops with assault weapons in this, either the MP40 or the assault rifle building Panzer Grenadiers, and there you go. Stormtroopers with MP40s are on the way, very good. And certainly Stormtroopers with the 250 half-track is a very potent combo and should definitely not be underestimated. I mean, you can, but it's gonna hurt a lot. 250 coming up there. Wait a minute. That's the Panzer Grenadiers sort of winter uniform they're wearing now all of a sudden. The Stormtroopers have their own winter uniform actually, but for some reason they got the Panzer Grenadier winter uniform there. One of them just decided to change it, or there's some other reason for them. It's Grenadiers up north here, the conscripts. Stormtroopers here towards the 250 half-track. Gonna pop into that one. Grenadiers push back here by the M42. Second one is being hauled back for healing reinforcements. Pump company there. Well, it looks like he moved a bit too fast. Got some troops caught up in something he shouldn't have. Either way, building up that. Good decision there. This point, special rifle command probably won't do him much good anyways. And we got TwistedTootsy setting up for an assault here in the centre. Deimos moving about here with his troops and anti-tank guns. Getting ready to push here towards the centre. Going to bombard here with the fragmentation rounds. There you go. Heinz there takes a bit of a pelting, but he survives for a few seconds. Assault considers up northwards here, 250 half to there, backing up the Stormtroopers. Going to do something about Stormtroopers setting out as well. We got Impact 40 on the way for TwistedTootsy. He's obviously worried about a T-70 light tank here from his opponent, since that could easily give TwistedTootsy a very hard time. So getting Impact 40 up to deal with that, of course, would be a very good decision. Ooh, and sending a grenade off to push back further Deimos' lines, and they're kind of lacking something here to immediately stop. We got lots of counters here, but 250 after charging in there, goes setting up there. Very quick response here. Has some light suppression, though it does take a bit of time for the suppression to kick in. This is sort of, has some good experience, but either way. Getting some kills, then some damage, and there you go. As you saw there, takes some seconds to get it up there, and you might lose it here to the anti-tank. Oh, there we go, quickly pops away. Storms between the assault here, even as it's losing wind here, mostly I think to just pay off the remaining troops. All on here, low on health. The numbers, apparently they lost a lot somewhere. All 8 stormtroopers are routed, very close there. Deimos right now on the back foot here versus TwistedTootsy and the 1st Panzer Brigade. Troops reinforcing, setting out, healing here. And a tank is being pulled back there for it as well. You can soon go for the T-7, of course you could try and pull ahead here for bigger stuff versus TwistedTootsy, who might have one of course consider taking up soon. Get ready for the bigger stuff. Flare goes off, they kills Port Otto, and up north MD42 right by the conscript, taking the fuel pond there from the fascist invaders. Back here healing enforcement, and the tanks are being quickly replenished with fresh crewmen. We'll see if he works them together this time around. So generally with the M42s, kind of won the working together, so you can just focus on the target again, fragmentation rounds and infantry, of course, armor piercing rounds and any armored vehicles. So certainly seems like that's going to be what's happening there, so that's very good. Grenadiers here being overwhelmed by Deimos' furious assault up north here. Grenadiers could perhaps try and back in there, but like not going to happen. Half-tech charging in there, and to tank is probably should switch over to armor piercing rounds, and there you go. Got ready there for the 250 half-tech. Grenadiers attempt for the north. Half-tech charging south, that's there. Comes quick popping into tank, except he doesn't have munitions. There you go. Shot fired from something missed, and the conscripts go down here to a swift mechanized raid there by TwistedTootsy. Very nice work there. T-7 there for Deimos to help put a lock on that, and of course put more pressure on TwistedTootsy's infantry. Twist the meanwhile here is taking up. 250 half-tech racing about here. Quickly evading any potential anti-tank is coming up, and that's probably why TwistedTootsy moved away from there. He was anticipating such a move. Teleman's going down there, that's going to be right under Deimos' nose. They can use the train here. Good reads, and there you go. Once more, note how he just quickly sets up the half-tech to provide covering fire for the infantry and then attacks forwards with. That's really nice. Oh, even smoke train. That is some advanced tactical play there by TwistedTootsy. Thumbs up, too, in fact. That's some very nice play. The very nice handling of the 250 after here by TwistedTootsy. Not only something you see a lot, to be honest. So Paul McCall there can now be built here for TwistedTootsy. T-70 has a route here for Deimos and the Red Army. Oh, whoops. Storms are moving forward here, closing back to T2, so highlighting just how good they are. North here, going to leave us the T-70 light tank. Blasting it, they're going to leave us, they're a bit stuck out in the open. And he steals the anti-tank and away from his opponent. A bold move, I think, is because he wants to try and take out the T-70. There you go, Stormtroopers may have to pop a smoke grenade there to cover up the tree. Oh, he's going to not do it. Oh, he's going to be too late. Too late. Shock Troopers out here for Deimos, and there you go, Stormtroopers wiped. Quite a blow there to TwistedTootsy. I don't think that was worth it, and there you go, anti-tank wiped as well. These looks like they will be able to get off the finishing Panzerfaust and the T-70, but still cost them the otherwise excellent Stormtroopers here. So a bit of a blow there to TwistedTootsy. And the 1st Panzer Brigade here is Deimos. And the 16th Guards Rifle Division launches a counterattack, now backed up by hardened assault infantry. Oh, Rifle Grenade there was supposed to try and set up there, but sadly did not hit the mark. All the way though, TwistedTootsy got a nice hit there. Deimos in a bit of a sticky spot, but if he can grab the Pack 40, he might be able to turn around here. 250 after going up here though. Very close to T2 need to be careful here not to get caught up, because the anti-tank there could be seized and turned against it. There we go. Damn it, anti-tank is being hauled forward. There you go, another hit there. M42 that might have a chance of taking out. Nope, doesn't get it. Grenadiers here getting hit with a grenade. Oh, got out in time. Still, it's going to be a close one there. 250 half-tech looks like it will be able to escape here. Bethany too. Again, nice handling there by TwistedTootsy, but he might end up losing. He's going to escort here to the shock troopers. Going to be a bit of a close one there. Engineers moving up here. He's victory points wise, they're actually pretty close. 130 versus 141. Up north, MG42 stopped the shock troopers there, and he's charging for 40. I don't think he's going to catch that 250 half-tech now, since it's deep within TwistedTootsy's base. Back here, healing enforcement. He should grab that Pack 40 as soon as possible, since, you know, at this point, you might want to begin worrying about TwistedTootsy hitting with a medium arm, in which case a Pack 40 is going to be quite handy. Of course, right now he doesn't have a lot of troops that can immediately crew it, and we got more Stormtroopers out here for TwistedTootsy. And the 1st Panzer Brigade. which would actually be joined up with a SS Panzer Brigade, Gross, I believe it was called, I can't quite remember at the moment, in which case they'll form up a sort of Panzergruppe known as Panzergruppe Strachwitz, which is sort of fighting the Baltics. Little fun note there. I was just note the SS Panzer Brigade Gross though was more sort of just formed up of the different training units, just quickly form up in a unit to sort of fight the Surtus. Things were collapsing in the Baltics pretty fast. The south here, the 250 half again going for the engineers, charging in here. Almost got the engineers here. Oh, that's a full wipe there, a blow there to Deimos, in particular since he's now got no engineers with which to further build. Another T-70 out there, Pack 40 wiped. It's half-tech charging in, the shock troops moving up. Nasty stuff in there, go rough grenade off as the shock troops moving in. Takes a bit of nasty hit, but there you go, 250 half-tech, but, or T-70. Coming these on the way, but routed. Still, the Pack 40 is Deimos'. TwistedTootsy's not going to get armor back, so it's still mentioned at some point. Deimos will have just more anti-tank firepower than TwistedTootsy, and that can still help him, offset somewhat of an armor advantage TwistedTootsy is, clearly going to get. Consider briefly the Stugan said he's going to go for the Osprey. Oh, T-70 hits the Telemine. Quite a blow there to Deimos. His T-70 did not last long. It did not fare well against German Telemines. Fun fact about Telemines, one of the German tanks was just to put a string in front, put an entire string to it since they actually had that bit for it, and just yank it out in front of a tank. Another option was just putting it on board. There was also another way. In fact, one tactic was just to put a lot of Telemines on a board, then ties, rope to it, and then pull that in front of a tank, then have all the mines go off at the same time. It's a little fun fact there. I mean, overall the Telemine was just really heavy on utility. It could also just be used as a demolition charge. But there you go, 250 half charging 40, no gun isn't. Oh, half-tech shoots his own men, and all needs to switch out armor piercing rounds against the 250 half-tech. Need to get more anti-tank weapons up there. Pack 40, they're good to go here for Deimos against the fascists. And there you go, rifling it off against the anti-tank gun there. Wipes the crew part of blow. They're going to consequence going to hold the lines. More infantry moves up in the Pack 40, of course. More Telemines down here. TwistedTootsy does not give a rat's ass. Consequence about to get wiped out. Rifling it off against the Pack 40. Doesn't do too much here. Brutal skirmish there. Panzer Ostwind meanwhile heading northwards there. I mean, it's pretty impressive that TwistedTootsy decided to go for an Ostwind. Particularly when it hasn't been buffed yet. Oh, that's his Telemine there. I thought that was actually a mine there from Deimos. But TwistedTootsy, as you can see, there's been laying down quite a few mines for his opponent. Again, thumbs up to that. Fierce mines could also be helpful. There you go. Flanking the Pack 40 and a brutal maneuver there. TwistedTootsy certainly shows his twisted genius against his opponent there. Shocks was being absolutely hammered here by TwistedTootsy. Not looking good here. He needs to pull off something here, I think, to really turn the game around. And go an entertaining move up, shooting here at the Ostwind. He's called in, that is his third one. But Deimos' infantry is taking quite a few casualties. This is TwistedTootsy. He's lost the shock troopers, he's lost the counter squad, on top of the engineers and several anti-tank guns here. So what will Deimos do next? Molotov against the MG42. Half-tech charging 40, closing eventually a few got control. They're going to use the stormtroopers here. Heavy fighting there, go anti-tank lens and ice on the half-track. Quick reinforcing a bit, then more shock troopers out here for Deimos as he hangs on here versus TwistedTootsy for dear life. And we got an ace half-track out here for TwistedTootsy. Very nice work there, not something you see a lot here to be honest. Meanwhile, TwistedTootsy's filling up here with a Panzer IV. We got the anti-tank still abandoned here between the trees. And reinforcing the stormtroopers by the 250 half-track. And he'll allow them to quickly move back in to sort of switch out with the grenadiers. Very nice play there. Panzer IV halfway done. Shocks was going to get close here for the troops, and that could end up with paying for their grenade off as well. Argued from a bit further ahead, he might actually set off the mine, which of course would help for their long term, but could also maybe cause some more casualties to Twisted's infantry. RB falls back here from the village centre. Flak punch being repaired in the south here. 5 kills. I think Deimos at the moment that is not going to be anytime soon taking up for further armor. He might end up here just stalling for the KV-2 heavy tank. But he needs to reclaim these anti-tank guns. But the Pack 40 I think is going to be absolutely crucial until he can get out something there bigger to help hold off against TwistedTootsy's Panzerwaffe. Grenadiers moving northwards here, MU-42 backing up. Healing enforcement, concentrating southwards. Flak Panzer's almost good to go. Him to get the 250 half-track dug in as well here. Machine guns ready. Flare goes off there, kills Franz and Jürgen. As they both hit a flare mine at the same time. There we go, crewing the Pack 40. We got the Flak Panzer, the rest of it. There we go, we got the 2 anti-tankers opening up here. One of them seems to be firing fragmentation rounds. In fact, they both are. That's not good. That is not good at all. Unless you're TwistedTootsy, in which case it's great. So that was a bit of a miss there by Deimos here versus TwistedTootsy. Back here, reinforcement healing again. Still, he's got the anti-tank guns under his control once more. I mean, he's got 4 anti-tank guns. That's a lot, even if 3 of them are lighter ones at the 45mm caliber. She's an opponent in the south. These creeping heading backed up by the Panzer IV. Moving forward to the southern fuel point. There you go, anti-tank guns sneaking ahead. There we go. Both firing armor piercing rounds this round, doing some heavy damage to the Flak Panzer, putting down to almost half health in 2 shots. Got a flank assault here. Stormtroopers, Panzergunners, Grenadiers. No Panzergunners, but just Grenadiers and the Panzer warming up here. Pack 40 setting up as well there. Shoots, misses. Forcing TwistedTootsy to back off here in the north as his men are getting a bit overwhelmed here. We've got Conquer 4. There goes Stormtroopers, launch the counter attack here. That does cause Deimos to immediately break rather than risk losing men here. Switching out to fragmentation rounds on the light anti-tank and keeping the Pack 40 just for dealing with armor. Could keep the other ones move up there, but then again he might be worried about an attack from there, so he's in a bit of a sticky spot there. Need to start firing away at that infantry as fast as possible. He's slowly approaching the KV2, but it's going to take time. We got a fragmentation bomb off. Right next to the entrance. Oh, sneaky. You can't call in stuff directly into the base, but you can sort of angle it correctly, get it actually to hit like inside the base. We're sort of calling on the right edge. So very sneaky play there by TwistedTootsy. Very sneaky, devious. 250 half setting up here to cover that little spot there with its well-trained machine gunner. 300 versus 369. TwistedTootsy in control. Deimos setting out here, backed up by again a lot of anti-tank guns. Half to going up there again. Got nice coverage from here. Shocks in from one side, grenade off here. Oh, close one. Troops are taking heavy damage from the stormtrooper or the shock troopers. Although the shock troopers taking damage from the stormtroopers, going to get wiped out. I think, but then you're going to take a shooting. Both miss. Half tech falls back. Grenadiers moving in. Need to be careful here in the south. Deimos is looking to climb his way back here against TwistedTootsy. Flak Panzer setting out. Anti-tank is switching over to high fragmentation rounds again. Ooh. Well, there we go. Flak Panzer to the rescue. He's going to have to quickly switch over again. There we go. But still, the Grenadiers end up retreating, pushing through the center with his anti-tankers and infantry. Pioneers moving up here. Fusing point C. Almost got the center victory point. Flak Panzer in the south, sneaking about. Anti-tank guns, well, retreating as the situation is looking a bit hazardous here. There you go, that's 4 anti-tank guns versus the Flak Panzer. Nice handling there, and a bit of luck there for TwistedTootsy means none of the anti-tank guns can hit it or hit it at all in the first place. If they can hit it, they just end up not doing it. Bit of troops reinforcement healing. He's slowly approaching that KV2, but his fuel pump has been cut off again here by TwistedTootsy, the devious little bastard, and taking a very far route here just to ensure he does not get caught by accident or anything like that. Panzer Grenadiers moving towards the spillage center, needs to counterattack there, and again the large wooden log assemblies there, whatever, just make it very hard for him to easily defend both sides here, so he sort of has to move about his anti-tank guns. And we can see that TwistedTootsy is exploring the terrain very well, that he just make it harder for Deimos to use all of his anti-tank guns. More shocks resulting for Deimos as he is desperately and firmly, I think, trying to regain some sort of battlefield control here. More importantly, he's just trying to buy time for that KV2 heavy tank to somehow turn the tides for him. North 250 half-tech strikes in the center here, also moving up, backed up by Grenadiers. Charging into the base, looking to get some wipes. They're both moved there by Twisted. Flak Panther here with 11 kills. Anti-tank just scrambling about here. There you go, takes a few hits here. Owen setting up, there you go. More hits here on the Flak Panther, 12 kills, 14 kills. Heavily damaged there from all of the light anti-tankers and the heavy one there. Almost got it, and he gets the Flak Panther. A small victory there. TwistedTootsy is only showing that as Twisted is, he can actually get some value out of that Flak Panther. But even he cannot survive that many anti-tanks. There you go, now all the anti-tanks are caught in a bad spot. We're going from up, and there you go. We got Assault and Hold that's helping the infantry quick clear out the anti-tankers as they're being circled around here by the Panzer Force shock troops moving. And there you go, 2 anti-tanker crews have been utterly annihilated as the shock troops near the deal with the Grenadiers. The infantry moving up, and there you go. Panzer Force pushing about. The shock troops are still cutting down the Grenadiers. No matter how much Assault and Holding they're doing, they're not bulletproof. And there you go, Panzer Force down to half, being pushed back here by the anti-tank, and also knowing TwistedTootsy is now taken up. He's gone and built the heavy Panzer called Ray. He can soon go for the Panther, and he goes for the Panzerwerfer. That also works. But certainly a brutal engagement here for Deimos. That did not work out well for him. But that reasonably well there for Twisted. Victory points wise is 167 versus 369. Back here, troops healing reinforcing. Panzerwerfer on the way, plus Pioneers for TwistedTootsy. Troops healing reinforcing, Pioneers on the way. Deimos moves ahead. He is ever closer to the KB2 heavy tank. Ever closer, but it's going to be at least a few more minutes before we call in the KB2 here and maybe give TwistedTootsy something to worry about. So there you go, Panzerwerfer almost only for the 1st Panzer Brigade. Note the Panzer Brigades generally were very light on artillery. They would usually only have a few mortars and maybe some Stukas or Fuzz. But beyond that, they were usually quite light, and usually any mortars would have been mortar half-tracked versions. .250 half-track dashing in again in with stormtroopers in it, Grenadiers backing it all up. Reinforcement, more engineers out there. Is he planning the KB2 there? No, it's the something else. We got Mantrams on the way there. Half-track sweeping about there, taking a very deep flank here. Nice move there by TwistedTootsy. Then he sort of breaks it off to quick sweep up here. Flanking lead, there we go. Sets up there, bit of mistake there with TwistedTootsy. Got caught here with the ambushing, and the stormtroopers inside get annihilated as well. Grenadiers shattered as well there. Things suddenly exploding for TwistedTootsy. He's firing in the Panzerwerfers, forcing Deimos to break off the assault for now, but that was a brutal engagement there, costing TwistedTootsy a lot there. Grenadiers and stormtroopers gone in the blink of an eye. I mean, Deimos is not quite yet out of the woods, but those casualties I think will do him quite a bit of good thing, trying to gain some distance and close it between him and TwistedTootsy, and he actually went back. And Tank cleared out again, but he's pushing back here against TwistedTootsy as fast as he can. Panzer 4 setting up, closing in Veterans 1. Panzer 4 blazes away there. The conscripts hammering with machine guns and main gun. Pioneers in the south almost got the fuel point again. He's got more or less the fuel now for the KB2. He just needs the manpower grenade off in the Pioneers. Inside the house, they're taking cash. The shock troops were caught in a bad spot. They easy hits for the Panzer 4 and to Tank, and they're trying to catch up, but again, doesn't work out either. He's surprisingly doing very little in the north here against TwistedTootsy. Could I think afford to put in a bit more pressure there. 86 versus 369. Got the Panzer 4 moving in. Gauging the anti-tank here out in the open. Trying to turn around to deal with the Panzer 4. But one shooting there, go, nice hit. Pioneers are routed. Looks like Deimos is in a very bad spot now at the 74, despite again those casualties. Gonna use right here with the shock troopers, going in the anti-tankers, conscripts, everything moving in. The shock troops haven't been fully reinforced, though they could use the conscripts merge ability. Sturmpanzer away there for TwistedTootsy versus Deimos, using the southern fuel point here. Pioneers heading out here in the south. We got the conscripts versus Grenadiers, heading northwards with the engineers. .58 versus 369 there. Got the southern one, heading for the northern one finally. Again, I think he got a bit too focused on the south here, which certainly has helped out TwistedTootsy a bit, going for the centre victory point. KB2 is, well, got delayed again, so we're in this off now. MT-42 dug in there, Grenadiers on the fire from the M42. Sturmpanzer for almost down there for TwistedTootsy and the one of the 1st Panzer Brigade. Panzerwerfer hanging back, Panzer holding repairs, 13 kills. And there you go, got the northern one. Center one should fall soon as well here to Deimos and the Red Army. Sturmpanzer sitting up, pin machine added there. Shock troops heading south, it's here to deal with the Grenadiers. Grenadier off here, and there you go, Panzer fire off, anti-tank, they're taking hits there from the... Four taking hits from their tankers. Panzer over there firing under anti-tank, clearing out most of the crew. Shock troopers defend the victory point on the south, but just for a few seconds before the Panzer arrives to ruin the entire thing. Anti-tank cleared out this well, others exposed. Deimos' southern positions are being overwhelmed. He still doesn't have the KV2 out, and so at this point he might have been a bit off trying to take up for T-54s and 6s instead of, for example, just going for that second T-70. White there, the shock troopers. Deimos' forces are quickly falling apart here now, as TwistedTootsy and the 1st Band Brigade are intensifying the assault. Contacos' pioneers here. That's gotta hurt. Pack 40 moving up, they're backed up in the infantry. We got the Grenadiers in the south. Almost got the shock troopers there with the Sturmpanzer. 9 kills, and there you go. Anti-tank coming up to here with the Sturmpanzer head on. Direct hit. Oh, and fragmentation bombs as well. Definitely ensuring that the anti-tank and crew is dead. Crew in the Pack 40 here, though, of course, it leaves no anti-tank or infantry support for the anti-tankers, meaning the Grenadiers break through, and there you go. They've half the Rafnet, which attempt to on the anti-tank, and there almost got the Sturmpanzer, but just before they can go off a final shot, the Grenadiers clear them out. Veterans one for the Sturmpanzer. The fighting is ceaseless and brutal. 319 here. Rifle grenade off. Almost got the conscripts. Closing in on that KV2, but he is also closing in on losing the match via victory points. We've got fresh stormtroopers out here for TwistedTootsy. Going for that center victory point. More shock troopers out here for Deimos at this point. Oh no, it wasn't my he didn't go for them. For some reason my brain told me that, and then of course I had to check after. No, it wasn't. I mean, he's clearly, I think, at this point actually generally trying to make an attempt here for the KV2, but again, I think the issue was he's trying to go for it when the situation doesn't allow for it very well. He probably been better off just trying to go for the T-34s and 6, and particularly just skip that second T-70, which I feel like definitely was a bit of an awkward choice. In particular when he ended up losing it to the Tiller mine so fast anyways. Crewing the light entertainment here with a Panther 4. Crewing the other one as well. So very close to the KV2. 35 points left. There we go. KV2 actually does manage to arrive here for a Deimos. But will it be enough here? As TwistedTootsy Sturmpanzer storms through whatever remains here of the 16th Guards Rival Division. Anti-tank gun shattered here in the darkened snow as the KV2 moves ahead. One wonders what Deimos is hoping for it to achieve here versus the fascists. There you go. Direct hit here on the Sturmpanzer. He's close enough. Panzer 4 is going to flank the KV2 if he can get past it. Gets a bit stuck there. Pioneers taking losses in the south here, half against the shock troopers. 1 kill. 11 points left, 10 points left. Panzer 4 gains 22. The KV2 is without support. Is isolated, and that pretty much I think applies to most of the Deimos' forces on the front line at the moment. Panzer 4 continues the flanking attempt here. And there we go. TwistedTootsy is now behind the KV2 and behind the turret. Sturmpanzer shoot bounces. Panther 4 should be able to finish it off. And there we go. Gets it, but before the KV2 shoots as well, taking out the main gun of the Panther 4. And with that, we got GG. Game over. A loss there for Deimos. A victory for TwistedTootsy. A brutal fight here in the snow of Ladoga Karelia between these two players. In the end, though, TwistedTootsy, I think, displayed really good usage of the doctrine here, using, in fact, every ability of the doctrine. Thumbs up there. Good use of the 250 half-tracks, only showing how powerful it can be when you sort of quick on your fingers to just whiffling them about in that way, in that regard. Deimos, I think, tactically struggled a bit there with his opponent. The Telemines did not do many favours either, and him losing 2 T-7s like that, I think, was also disastrous. In fact, he might have been better off going for the issue in the 6M to sort of try and deal with the half-track and off-brine support versus the medium armour. instead of just the 70s, at least he should just take that fast and, you know, not gone for the KB2. I think had Deimos done that, he would probably had a better chance versus TwistedTootsy. But again, I feel like that 70s, particularly because it hit the Telemine, just really undermined Deimos and made it much harder for him to actually gain back versus TwistedTootsy. But anyways, let's say again, really good use of the docks in here by TwistedTootsy, and it's only something, you know, that's always nice to show off. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers. Thank you for watching. You all are a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice winning episode. Bye.